The one bit of advice I would offer a technician on their first day of work, whether they're just starting out in the business or they're moving from one company to another, doesn't matter. The one bit of advice is simply this: submit. Each company has a way that they do things, and while some things may seem similar, you're going to need to adjust to the way that your current company does that. And the only way to do that is to submit yourself to the way that they do things. Whether it's something as simple as using a certain pull string or the way you number your cables as you pull them. It doesn't matter what you think you know. Submit to your new employer and you'll be able to learn and grow. If I could start in the field again today, I wouldn't change anything. I know that sounds strange, but because I didn't know anything about this industry when I first started, that's the best time, because I couldn't bring in any of my own ideas or preconceived notions. It was all raw, like I was a baby growing up. So whoever was training, whoever was showing me how to do things, they had a person that was just completely available to be taught. So that's the reason why I say I wouldn't change anything, because it allowed me to grow without any of my own ideas or things like that. Because I didn't know anything about it, I was raw. And that's what got me to where I am today. What I believe is the biggest challenge in our industry is being able to create loyalty, or to have loyalty. Many times we find technicians that learn and grow and are very good at what they do, and at some point something comes along that seems like it's better. Something comes along that seems like, well, hey, I can go over here and make more money, and thus there's no loyalty. And when you're building a company or you're building a brand, you have to have employee loyalty so that it's consistent. If you're constantly stopping to train somebody in the way you do things, it's difficult for you to be consistently good at what you do. It's difficult from an owner's point of view because you invest time and money into the training of your employees and preparing them for the way that you do business. And in doing that, there's an investment that takes place. And you expect a return on that investment. And so many times we see technicians jump from company to company because they think that's the next best thing. And I think what we need to do is really begin to search ourselves and say, why am I into this? What am I trying to get out of this? Am I in this just to make money and going to go to place and just make as much money as I can? Or am I going to ground with a company and root and grow with them? Personal safety is important, of the utmost importance. As a business owner, yes, I want to make sure that the tools and the equipment that I supply my employees is adequate and that it's taken care of. But those things can be replaced. People can't always be replaced if something were to happen. So it's very important that even experienced technicians never take for granted safety issues in their surroundings. For instance, in my video, dropping cable down the wall. Now, what you did not see is me check overhead to look and see if I needed to have my hard hat on and my safety goggles. When I came down off the ladder, even though I was under time constraints, I took the time to move my ladder out of the way so that I wouldn't trip over it or bump into it as I was completing the task. Personal safety is of the utmost importance because it saves time, saves money, and in some cases can save a life. And nothing is more important than that. Professionalism is key. And I tell you why. It's key because it relates directly to your character. Character cannot be bought. Character cannot be taught. It's something that each of us have to learn and develop in our own way. Now, we can take pointers from people, but we each have to develop our own character. Professionalism is the key to that. How you present yourself, from the way that you dress, to the way that you talk, to the things you say on a job site when you think nobody's around or no one's listening. It relates directly to your character, and not just your character, but the character of the company that you work for. When I send employees out, or even when I go out myself, I don't go out with any, well, I'm the business owner and I can do this. I go out remembering that each time I complete a job for a client, I can do good work. I can install all equipment and all cabling according to the specs of the industry. But if I'm not professional, if I don't leave an impact on that customer that says, not only did they do good work, but he was professional, that speaks volumes to my character, to the character of the company. And what that helps do is present you and the company you work for in such a way that it causes you to stand out from the competition. You must be professional, because if you're not, you won't be in business long, no matter how good you think you are at, or how great you think your skills are. No character, no professionalism, no success. Winning the Cable and Icon contest, to me personally, would be a great achievement because it will culminate all the years that I've spent in this business. But what makes it more important is there's a uniqueness about me and about working in this industry. Sometimes people get into industries where they had no idea about or no clue about. And that's how I came into this industry. But over the years of working for other companies and venturing out to start my own business, I learned something about myself. And I learned that this isn't just a career that I picked because I would not have. I didn't even major in college in anything close to resembling this industry. But what I've learned is that this isn't something that I have been called to. And being called to do this develops a standard of excellence. And that is my ultimate goal, to present excellence. This contest, and winning this contest, would solidify that excellence because of the nature of this contest. You've checked our excellence, the way that we do things, the way that we complete our task. And it would just be a defining moment in my career to say all the hard work, all of the challenges have paid off. And just to be named the 2013 cabling icon would just be icing on the cake. So it would mean a great deal to win this contest this year.